I'm Jim Cerone. This is the Perfect Host Show on DJNTV. Coming up this week, the game show sensation that is sweeping the nation. Some new tunes to tip you off to in the music room, and a unique moron marketing tip. Those are all coming up. Back on the Perfect Host Show, I'm Jim Cerone on DJNTV. What is the game sensation that's sweeping the nation? It's what's in Jim's briefcase. This is the slow season for a lot of us in the Midwest, maybe around the country too. You don't have quite as many weddings or events as you usually do, so it's a good time to kind of inventory everything. Go through all your equipment, clean everything, check out all the backups and make sure you're all set. And I thought, let's take a look at what's in Jim's briefcase. We talked in number 1 of the Perfect Host Top 10 about how important show prep is, how important getting ready on game day is, and a lot of that has to do with what's in here. Let's start in the middle, shall we? You can't do a wedding without music, and I know there's some debate about whether you should stream or not. You know my thoughts on that. So because it's dealing with music, I think that Apple products are best, and so I have a MacBook Pro. But not just one MacBook Pro, because you should always have more than one. You've gotten a blue screen of death on a Windows machine, right? Well, you can get a spinning rainbow on an Apple machine, and so that is why I always carry 2. And my theory is that every 3 years or so, computers, the features have come up so that they're newer and better. So every 3 years or so, I leapfrog one MacBook Pro out and add a new one. Having 2 laptops is great. In case one ever goes down, the other one is always ready. And I don't recommend keeping it closed up in your briefcase. If you ever see a picture of my setup, like this one here, for example, you'll notice that both laptops are always up and running in place with songs loaded just in case. But let's say there's a power surge and it knocks out both laptops. That's why in my briefcase, I always carry an iPad. This happens to be an iPad Pro with a lot of memory. This would have all the bride and groom's playlists on it, the corporate event playlists, the mitzvah playlists, and my top 500 songs, plus the current hits on it, just in case. But let's say I drop that and shatter the screen. That's why I always carry a second iPad, which also has all of the playlists just in case. The iPads are great because they can also be used for scripts. So if you have a long list of people to introduce, or if you have a lot of trivia questions you have to do for a corporate event, the iPads are great to have your scripts on also. But just in case, I also carry all of my scripts and introduction lists on this old-fashioned, that's right, paper clipboard. Yes, I print these. You might have seen me complaining recently about how much ink cartridges cost. That's because I print not just a list for me, but a list for the caterer, one for the venue manager, one for the photographer, one for the videographer, heck, one for the florist, just in case. And on the back of my clipboard is the names of everyone I'll be introducing, spelled phonetically, that way I have it just in case. So if all of those 4 go down, I could still do the event and still have the paperwork with me. Now that's about all for the middle pocket. We're going to go to some tricky time-lapse footage here in just a second, but the last thing in the middle pocket, because I like everything to be nice and clean with no fingerprints, is a microfiber cloth. Before every event starts, I wipe the dust and the fingerprints off of both laptops, both iPads. And now, some time-lapse fun. Let's start with the back pocket. Every DJ should carry gaff tape, not duct tape, gaff tape. Mine comes from NLFX. The next thing every DJ should carry is an extra microphone. Mine's an SM58 with a switch and the clip that will help attach it to a mic stand. Next is a handy little gadget from AV Lifesavers. This lets you put 3 XLR mics to 1 XLR output. iClips are handy to put your phone to a mic stand or an iPad to a mic stand. Then, of course, power cables for both laptops. Even though I have them in my mixer case, I carry extras just in case. Robbie Britton laughs at this next one. It's a bag of Apple adapter cables, so you can put that through anything. And a 2 to 3 prong adapter. Believe it or not, I had to use that recently. Next, in a little netted pouch in the back of the briefcase, I have all kinds of cables, HDMI cables. This is an iPod to RCA with 1/4-inch adapters, so if I had to, I could plug a laptop right into a Bose. I have a bunch of extra iPod-style cables that would let me plug into a Bose Compact if I needed to, or my Bose S1s. Every cable and adapter you can imagine. Extra HDMI, an XLR to 1/4. If you use a controller, then you need extra USB cables just in case. I carry 2 in this bag, of course. This is a specialized cable from DJ. For the DJ app for Algorithm, it lets you run 1 channel to your headphones and 1 channel to the output. A couple of extra USB cables, iPod cables. This is a camera adapter, so I can pull pictures off of my DSLR camera. Always good to have a tool just in case. This one has a variety of Phillips head and flathead adapters. Speaking of adapters, here's a bag with a whole bunch of 1/4-inch to headphone plug, headphone to RCA, every adapter you can imagine. That's the back pouch. Now let's move to the front. First thing you'll find for the germaphobe Jim Cerone is antibacterial wipes, a 4-pack of AA batteries, which my Shure microphones use. You can never have fresh enough breath, so I have not 1 but 2 containers of mints and a pack of sugarless gum. Then Scotch tape so that you can tape the scripts down the readers are doing for the ceremony. This is a phone battery extra charger. We talked in a previous podcast about not sitting down to eat at events, but I do take granola bars. They're quick and easy to eat out of sight. So that I remember why I'm DJing, I always have a picture of my family nearby. A whole collection of jump drives in case I need to transfer a corporate slideshow from somebody else's computer to mine. This is a circuit tester. It's good when you're playing older venues that have questionable outlets, so always carry that to be sure the outlets are good. You can come to the rescue with a sewing kit, a tiny little needle and a variety of thread there. This is another little tool which is a flashlight and has some screwdriver bits inside. My dad told me never leave the house without a 20, so I have an emergency $20 bill in my briefcase. Matches sometimes come in handy for lighting candles. Extra name tag. I always wear a name tag. Fresh breath again, Listerine strips. Your breath can never be too fresh. An extra pair of shoelaces, I think, is what's about to come out of the bag. This is in case you break your shoelace right before the event starts. Next thing was inspired by Mad Joe Martin, a friend of mine from Texas. He said he broke his glasses once and couldn't finish an event. I wear contacts, so I always have an extra set of contacts in my briefcase. Yes, I'm kind of fanatical about my breath, so a toothbrush and toothpaste to get ready right before the event begins. A hairbrush and hairspray. It's always good to be well-groomed. Writing utensils, if you have pens with your name on them, that's a bonus. You can hand them out for people to fill out quizzes. Always have a Sharpie handy and a highlighter. Finishing out the front compartment, you should never go anywhere without business cards, so I always keep a stack in my briefcase. Not empty yet. There's a reason this thing weighs 50 pounds. Here are a few more very important items. 4 bottles of antibacterial lotion. Normally I carry more. That's a joke. A digital recorder, which is handy to record the ceremony and the vows, and when you have one of something, you always have another. So 2 digital recorders, 2 iPods. That's right, iPods still work. Then chargers, lightning cables, and 10-pin cables, and an extra adapter, and headphones. In case your main headphones go down, it's good to always have an extra pair in your briefcase. iPods are handy to play music on a satellite speaker. Extra iPod cables, an extra charging cable, an extra iPod shuffle. And then we get into batteries. Because I use Shure wireless mics, the digital recorders use AAA, some of the wireless mics use AA, and some of them use 9-volt. Last couple things here. A 2-to-1 headphone adapter comes in handy. One of those Apple dongles that takes you from an iPod plug to a lightning plug. And then a little baggie of headphone adapters. So that's what's in Jim's briefcase. Just a few things, just in case. Into the music room next, The Perfect Host Show on DJNTV.
DJ Event Planner will change the way you manage and run your business. Streamline all of your procedures and software into one easy-to-manage system. DJ Event Planner, the ultimate online planning tool.
The Perfect Host Show on DJNTV. I'm Jim Cerone. Thankfully, this week, some big-time artists released some brand new music. In case you've been living under a rock, Ariana Grande has 11 songs in the Hot 100 right now. Thank You Next, 7 Rings, and Break Up With Your Girlfriend, I'm Bored, which is the latest smash to come off of her new album. Cardi B was the artist who had 9 hits in the Hot 100 last April. She released a new song that features Bruno Mars and lyrics that would make a hooker blush. Make sure you have a clean version of Please Me. I'm a big fan of the group Guy, who released a great album in the late 80s that featured Groove Me and Piece of My Love. Please Me is kind of a combination of those two songs. I know that Bruno's been going retro lately, and this song really reflects that. His vocals on this new song, unbelievable as usual. And ready or not, Katy Perry is back. This time she's teamed up with Zedd for the song 365. If you haven't yet, be sure you check out the video, which features a blonde Katy as a robot. Next, a very unique tip in our Moron Marketing segment. That's next, The Perfect Host Show on DJNTV. You're tuned into The Perfect Host Show on DJNTV. I'm Jim Cerone. People know that I'm kind of a germaphobe. I do carry a lot of antibacterial lotion. Why? Because as a performer, the last thing you want to do is get sick. And luckily, I don't get sick very much. Why? Because I take a few simple precautions. I know I sound like I'm nuts, but stick with me here. Where do germs live? Germs live on door handles, especially bathroom door handles. You're always with that one person in the bathroom who leaves without washing their hands, right? Germs. Grocery cart handles, yes. Buttons on ATM machines, yes. Any of those things can get germs on your hands. The key then to staying healthy is not putting your hands by your face. How do germs get into your body? Through your eyes, your nose, and your mouth. So if you're in a public place, if you're flying on a plane, just don't touch something and then rub your eyes or your nose or put your fingers in your mouth. That's how germs get into your body and you get sick. So keep plenty of this around or antibacterial wipes. Wash your hands. You've probably heard the saying that you should sing happy birthday. That's how long you should wash your hands, hopefully under hot water. And last but not least, make sure you're getting plenty of vitamin C. And last but not least, make sure you're getting plenty of vitamin C. Apples, oranges, kiwi, those are all your friends. That's the Perfect Host Show for this week on DJNTV. I'm Jim Cerone. I'll see you soon.